Guys, so today we're going to be making one of these for your ESSA. So let's get into it. So the materials that you will need are a lot of string. When I say a lot, I mean like way more that you will need. So I would recommend having some extra roll of string just in case you need to tie on some more, because that does happen sometimes. And whatever pony beads you are going to use, I will be using a variety of pink ones. Yeah, and then you will need your ESSA. Say hi to Peach, guys. You will need her to, you will need your ESSA to measure the neck length, so you have the right amount of beads or length of string for the collar. And you will also need some scissors to cut the string. Now, okay, so let's start with the X space, because this is basically just a doubled on X space, and you will see what I mean by that once you understand. So let's get our string like this, and we're just gonna make a regular Kandi single. And if you've made an X space cuff before, this will be very similar, but basically the same. And you're just going to add on more beads until it fits comfortably around your ESSA's neck. And as you go, measure around your ESSA's neck so you know where to stop, and make sure it's stretchable enough to fit around your ESSA's neck. So I'm gonna just keep adding on some beads, and oh shoot, one of them fell. So basically we're just gonna add some more beads until there's enough comfort for your ESSA. And we do not want to be choking our ESSA when we tie this. We need to tie it fairly tight. And if you don't know what that means, that is a-okay. You just need to practice more on your tying. So I'm just gonna keep adding it on just like this. And I'm gonna grab my ESSA, wrap it around her neck, and measure. So I need a little bit more, and I will be good. Okay, so after you got enough beads on your string, you are going to tie it like an ordinary Kandi single. Now, remember not to pull it too tight, or otherwise it will be way too hard to put on and take off your ESSA's head. Now I'm going to give this about 3 ties or 4. I really do not want this to untie. So then you have it like this. Now you're going to grab your scissors, sorry, so loud, and cut off this shorter tail. Okay. And now you have this really long string, and we're going to move on to the next step. Remember, direction matters a lot when you're making Kandi. Now, we do not want it to be going over the bead like this. We want it to be going out the way it's facing. Now, we're going to get 3 beads on our string, just like this. And then we're going to skip these 2 beads and go into the one next to them. So hold on. I always get this messed up. Now, if you do have a needle, that is also fine. I just use my hands because I feel more comfortable than using a needle. Now we're just gonna pull after you stick it in, just like this. Now we're going to actually try to keep the tension in these little things, because we want the base to stand up, not just flop over like that. Now I'm going to show you how to do that 2 more times. Now, so once again, we're going to take the end of our string, grab 3 beads on our string, just like this, skip 2 beads, go through the next one, and pull. Sorry, I have so much string. It's gonna take forever to pull through. Okay, just like this. Now, once again, we are going to take the end of our string, put 3 beads on. Please ignore the horrible sounds in the background. It's my brother playing basketball in his room. So I'm going to take 3 beads, put them on just like that, and skip these 2 next to the one that it's coming out of. Skip these 2 and go through the next one and pull. Now, you are going to do this all the way around the Kandi single until you reach the end, and then that is when I'm going to show you how to step up to the next layer. Okay, so if you're ending with an uneven bead here where it's only in the middle, like this, put as many beads on your string that will fit into this crack. So I am guessing 1 bead is good for this crack. Now, you are going to skip the bead in the middle, go through this one and this one, as well as the one here in the middle. So the sticky uppy bead right here. So we are going to weave through this one, like that. Then the next one. Oops. Like this. And then the very last one, the top one. Oh my gosh, my string is so stubborn. Okay. And then you're going to pull. Just like that. Just like that. And see, it fits perfectly. And now for the second row, just like how we put 3 beads in the middle, you're going to do the same thing. So for this one, I'm doing random combinations. You can do whatever color. So we get 3 beads on our string. Now we're coming out of this top one, so we're going into the next top one. Just like this. Then we're gonna pull. And just how we were pulling nice and tightly with the other 3 beads, we're going to do the same here. And then it should look something like this. Now, I'm going to show that one more time. So take your colors. Like this. Grab your X-Base cup. And we're coming out of this bead right here, then we're going to the next one. So stick it through and pull. Just like that. And I'll show you one more time. Grab 3 beads, on your string, like this. Coming out of this one, go to the next one, and pull. And also, at the end of this video, please tell me in the comments how I did. This is my first tutorial, and I am super nervous on how I am explaining things, because usually I'm not really that good at explaining. And as you are building the top of this row, you can see an X starting to form. This is why it's called an X maze. If you do not see that, you did something wrong. So you must probably go back into the video to check what you did wrong. Now, we are going to do these 3 beads all around the candy. And once you are done with that, you will come back to the video and watch me how I step up again to the next level. Okay, so now I am officially on my last bit of string, or my last bit of the beads that I will be tying on. So once again, we are going to take 3 beads on your string, and it might be a little hard to know where the next sticky uppy bead part is, and if you see this like bead where you started, or the first bead that you tied on for this row, it's going to be right, the sticky uppy bead's going to be right under it. So we're going to weave through that sticky bead just like this, and we're also going to go through this one here and this one here. And pull. And there you go. You have completed your X base. Now, for the wavy layer on the collar, we are basically going to add 2 more layers to this cuff. Yes, this is a very big project, and I will also be showing how to add a charm like this, and I will be showing how to make a heart and a star, if I can find a heart. I don't know if I'm going to add a heart, but I want to see if I can make one. So, I will show you how to make this star and some other shapes that you can put on the side of your collar. So yes. Now, next step. Now that we've stepped up, we are going to continue adding 3 more beads and going through the next middle bead. So grab 3 more beads. Now it's a little repetitive on the steps here. That's why I made this really straightforward. So after you got your 3 beads on your string like this, you're going to find the next middle bead, stick your string through, and pull. And it did take me a couple attempts to finally find a way to do this. And now, if your X base collar is standing up like a normal cuff, that means you are tying it too tight. You need to tie it evenly tight. That this part is still a little stiff but easy to stretch like this, and the rest needs to be a little wavy so it has that effect on the collar like this. So be mindful about how hard or softly you're tying your string. I'm going to show you only one more time since I've been showing how to do this step for a very while. So, add 3 strings. Like this. Take your candy, find the next middle bead, stick the tip of your string through, and pull. And if you have been noticing, with each layer I have been pulling it less and less, so it has that stiff to soft kind of effect on it. So you're just gonna do that all around the cuff or collar until the end. And if you don't want it as long as I'm making it, I will show you how to tie it off. Just go to the end of the video. So yes, also I am kind of a new YouTuber. I have only recently made it to 100 subscribers, and now I think I have 126, but I am very thankful for all you guys' support. I'm trying to make it to 1K this year. Probably not gonna make it though. I really hope you guys will try and support me on this journey to 1,000 subscribers. I'm really excited to be here and helping people with tutorials for their ESSAs, because I'm kind of realizing that not a lot of people who have ESSA channels are giving like tutorials for gear and stuff, and I've also been trying to look for tutorials for my ESSA's gear, so I decided I will make tutorials for everyone else and for myself, because I think everyone deserves to have a little bit of fun with their ESSA. And I hope you guys will like the video. You guys absolutely do not have to subscribe, but I will appreciate it if you do. And if you guys really like this video, I will do more tutorials like this. And you guys I will definitely take suggestions. I also do dragon puppeting and some art tutorials. Maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna do them yet or not. I'm kind of still deciding on what I'm gonna do. But right now I'm sticking to dragon puppeting and ESSAs. I do make a lot of YouTube shorts, so if you want to go check those out, that would be nice. And yeah, so just saying, I'd really like some more followers, and I'm really not here for the subscribers or views. I'm just here to make people happy with tutorials. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Now I am about to come up on my last row. I think I have 2 more pairs of 3 beads until I'm on the last row. Let's see. Yeah, this is my second last, and I actually decided that I'm actually gonna stop adding layers here, but you basically just add more 3s as you go. You can make it as long as you want. Probably could make a whole vest if you kept adding more and more layers, but I'm not gonna jump there. So now I'm on my last row, so we get 3 beads again. And we find our sticky uppy bead, which is right under the bead that we first put. We're just gonna slide it through there, and we're not gonna step up. You can step up if you are adding on more. And we're gonna pull here, see? Now, we're going to take the end of our string, and we're going to stick it through some space in between these beads. I'm going to pick this one, and on the other side this string should be out, and we're going to tie it with the same tail that just went through that gap in the string. and like a regular Kandi single. So make a loop, poke it through, and tie. Just like that. Now I'm gonna add a few more ties onto it so it doesn't kabloom while I'm putting it on my ESSA, because that would be a disaster. And yep, there you have your beautiful collar now. This was pretty straightforward. I tried to make it easy for especially beginners. Now we're going to cut off all these 3 tails as short as possible, just like that. See? And now we're going to set this aside, and now it is the star charm. If you have already made one of these, that is a-okay. You will just make it yourself, I guess. Or if you really want to follow along, that's fine too. So, I'm going to take 10 beads of any of your colors. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. Okay. Tried to escape there. Now we're gonna tie it up on. We're gonna put them on our string. It's basically just gonna be a star, but with like another layer of points here. And instead of only putting 3 of these beads here, we're gonna put 4 so we have more room to add the bigger points here. So after you got your 10 beads on, you're gonna tie it like a regular Kandi single. And pretty snug. Tie it pretty snug, but not to the point the string and beads will snap off, because that would not be good. Now I'm gonna tie it 3 times like I usually do. You guys can tie it as many times as you want. Now we're gonna cut off this smaller tail, just like that. And then I have this massive long tail because I'm using the rest of my string that I used for this. Oh my god, it's like bigger than at least 6 feet, I don't know. Okay, now you're gonna wanna straighten out your points for a star. Sometimes it doesn't always come together as quickly. Just like this. It should look something like this. And now you're going to take the tip of your string, get 4 beads of any color really, or you can just stick to one color. And I'm doing mix match today because I do not feel like sticking to one color. And remember, direction really matters. So it looks like it's coming out this way. So I'm going to go to that next point and pull with the 4 beads on our string. Oh, okay. Now just pull pretty snug is at the same time. Like this. Now, also, for putting the star on your ESSA, you do not have to put the star on. I do not tie them. I am too lazy to do that. So I grab my hot glue gun and glue the star on to the cuff. I do not tie it. I can't really, I'm just too lazy to do stuff like that. And I really just glue it. If you do have a hot glue gun, you can do that. But if you are really young and you know you have a hot glue gun, I would suggest getting help from a parent, because hot glue gun burns are not fun. I just put 3 onto the pattern, so now I have to add a 4th one. That is an example of what you should not do. Okay. There, now I have 4. Now we're gonna go through that next point and pull. Hold on. My string's being annoying today. Okay. Now we're going, once again, we're gonna go through that point and, oh my god. We're gonna go through that point and pull. There we go, finally. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Then we're going to once again add another 4 beads. Go through the next point right here and pull. This is basically the same kind of star that you would make for your star glove. Sadly, my star glove broke while I was trying to put it into my backpack for school. And yeah, it's kind of just a floppy little thing right now. Rest in peace, star glove. Now we're gonna put 4 more beads again. Slide it through that point and pull. Again, please, 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 please give me feedback on how I did on this video at the end. Once again, we are going to add 4 beads onto our string. Go through this point, but only we are going to go through that point, up this bead, oops, up this bead, and up this one, and this one. So just like that. So it should look something like this at the end. Now, I'm going to take the end of our string and get 5 beads. I think I'm gonna use some tan for this. Get 5 beads on your string. Instead of 4, we're using 5. 5 beads on your string, just like this. And it's coming out of this point right here. So then we're gonna go through this one, and we're also gonna go through that one and pull. And then once it'll stand up, it'll look like this. That is the forming of the tips of the star. Now we're just gonna do that all the way around. And then I will show you how to safely and evenly glue on the hot glue for the cuff. I'm coming up on my last point on my star. Now we're gonna go through these 2 once again. And then we're also gonna go through this bead, and the point. And then we're gonna pull. And then we have a nice, beautiful star. Now, for tying the string off, we're gonna stick it through this hole right here. On the other side, we're going to bring it on that same string, tied in a loop, like you were closing off a candy single, and pull. Now I'm going to do that 2 more times. Pull, loop, and pull. And now I'm gonna cut all these 3 tails off like I did with the other candy. And now we have a perfect star. Now I'm going to show you how to glue it onto the collar nice and safely, also evenly. So let's go off with that. Now we are going to hot glue this. So I've started my hot glue gun already, but before we glue, I want to say hot glue does dry pretty fast, but you should still let it sit more than 30 seconds, gosh, before you start moving around and playing with it. So I'm going to glue it here and here. Now quickly stab it on the place where the knots are so it hides it. Press down pretty firmly and wait for 30 seconds or more. More is always better. And unplug your hot glue gun so it does not overheat, and it can start a fire, but most unlikely it's just not safe, and the toxic smell is not good for you. Now it should be ready to go on your ESSA. So now grab your ESSA. Just hold on, give me a second. Your ESSA. And try on the candy for who knows. So you have your ESSA right here. And grab its collar. Sorry, peach. Put it over. I think I put it on the wrong way, but you get it. And voila. Beautiful collar for your ESSA. Kind of looks like a cone because it's standing up the wrong way. But if you want more videos like this, please tell me in the subscription below, and I will listen to you. Now, ciao.